Check, check. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get started in just a minute here. We're just going to do a quick sweep, make sure no last minute parking is taking place, and we're going to start in 1 minute. So if you haven't found a seat yet, there are still some open. Please feel free to find one, and we'll get started. We will make sure it's on in a minute. Working? Okay. Do you want me to test it? Hey, Steven. Do you want me to try with this one? Can you hear me now? No. Testing, testing. But can you hear it at all? Yeah, I don't think that's coming through. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. No. It shows as on. This one?
Check one. Check two. Check one. That's feedback. I don't know why it's not working now.
Is it because it's going through to the stream?
It was working before, so I do not know.
Like it's not working at all, though. Testing. Weird. Hello, everyone. I don't think the speakers are working. Please know that we really did try this an hour ago, and now it's a little bit soft. But I'm hoping that everybody can hear me, and trust me, I've worked in a lot of kids' camps. I'm used to yelling. So people at the back, can you hear me okay? Yes. Okay, great. Then we're going to get started.
I heard you. There's also
Thank you.
a few seats up here if you'd like to move up, please. There's a few seats up here.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are here for our Mosaic Unveiling event in honor of our 65th anniversary. And we are so excited that you've joined us. I am Shelby Johnston. I am the Life Enrichment Manager here at GEF Seniors Housing. And I'm excited that you've joined us because it's going to be an amazing experience to see all of you together today who are contributors in this to finally see our final product. Before we get well into things, I just wanted to take care of some housekeeping items. Firstly, in the chance that there is an emergency while we're here, I'd ask that you exit either out of these doors here into the courtyard, or if you're closer to an exit here or on the other side, you can go out to our front parking lot area. If you exit in the courtyard, please just walk around on the sidewalk and meet us at our muster point out front. If you need a washroom while you are here today, they are behind me, men's and women's. If you need to escape during the program, please just come along the side here, and there's some space behind me to get by. Lastly, in regards to housekeeping, for those of you who couldn't make it today, we have set up a live stream so that people, other guests, staff, residents, community partners are able to tune in online. So please note that by being here in this space today, there's a potential chance that you are on video or photographed during the event. Let's get started. So our Mosaic launched in June at our 65th anniversary launch event. We showcased the idea there, and then carrying on into the summer, we sent out 56 canvases to many of you here and some people tuning in online. They went out to all 41 of our GEF communities. We then asked that people would send them back completed, and now we have our final product here today. And truly, this project of our 65th anniversary is our legacy of this 65th anniversary celebration, because it'll be the thing that keeps standing well after this year. It's fitting that today we gather because today is also the International Day of Older Persons. And this year, the United Nations has chosen to recognize the importance of strengthening the care and support systems of older adults. And I believe that this art piece represents GEF community and the support system that we represent as a whole. One of the ways that we as a community have strengthened ourselves has been through refreshing our GEF vision, mission, and value statements. And in doing so, we also added a land acknowledgement. And this was to recognize the history of the land on which we've built our homes and to take a step towards reconciliation with our Indigenous people. So I would like to now invite up Brenda Brashko, who is a tenant here at Strathcona Place, and she is going to recite our land acknowledgement today. You're going to have to yell.
And I have a soft voice. Hi, I'm very happy to be here. I'm Brenda. I've been a tenant in the building for almost 3 years. I love the community. I'm also an artist, and I did do one of the mosaics, so that's why I'm here representing. So when it comes to the GEF Seniors acknowledges our communities are located on the traditional territories of the people of Treaty 6, which includes Cree, Dene, Stoney, Tsleil-Waututh, I might have said it wrong, Blackfoot, and Inuit peoples. We recognize all nations, genders, and spirits who make their homes here and help us steward this land. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate you doing that and being a representative of Strathcona and welcoming us into your home. I am sure that everyone is very eager for us to just pull down this blanket and see it. But sometimes that's just a very natural way that we exist as humans. We want to get to the final destination, right? We want to skip to the end sometimes. But sometimes when we do that, we do it so much so that we miss the process and the journey that we experience along the way. And in that part, there's stories, and there's a lot to be shared in that. And so to do that, I wanted to invite two very significant individuals on this project, and they are going to share a little bit about their stories in the process. So I'm going to ask a few questions of Kelly Jans and Lisa Kutzner, so we can welcome them. Thank you for coming up, you guys. So these two had a very significant role in this project in getting it started, moving through the operations of it, and the completion of it as well. So Lisa, can you tell me a little bit about your position at GEF and how that led to you being such a valuable member on this project?
Sure. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
So I work as a project coordinator for GEF in facility management. My background is in interior design, and so I apply the principles and elements to projects that relate to the interiors of our buildings. Sorry.
It's for the live stream.
Oh, just for the live stream. Okay.
So another part of your role has a lot to do with color. Being
Yeah,
an interior designer.
so as an interior designer, I'm very passionate about color theory and color psychology, and I apply those principles to many of our projects within the buildings.
Awesome. And so obviously there's an element of art to your professional life. What about in your personal life?
For sure, I'm an artist myself. As a hobby, I go to drawing sessions with a live model. I've attended lots of watercolor workshops and an acrylic landscape workshop.
So even though you yourself identify as an artist and have that skill set, you felt like your skills in project management were better suited to the process of the project. How did you go about finding the right artist for the job?
Yeah, I felt that my skill set was better used in coordinating the project, and I had this colleague and have had many conversations with her about art, painting workshops. We've actually taken classes from the same instructor in watercolor paintings. And I just felt that if we asked her, she would most likely embrace it with her heart. and I thought she was the perfect candidate to be the artist.
You. Well, we have our artist here. This is our artist who created the mosaic image. So, Kelly, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your artistic background?
Well, my artistic background is actually not trained. I'm kind of natural when it came to my joy of sketching or painting, landscapes, portraits, animal portraits.
Speak up a little bit if you can.
And I really enjoyed the whole process, color, making someone happy, showing a picture to someone.
Lisa, can you tell us a little bit about the process of the project? So maybe how you decided on the number of canvases or who was going to be the participants?
So the canvases, we searched and we found the best option was a 6-inch by 6-inch canvas. It was going to be the perfect size to be sending to the participants in all of the buildings. And we wanted an overall composition that was going to be, substantial in size so that we could eventually hang it in our central services lobby. So we just decided if we did 7 rows horizontally and 8 rows vertically of the 6 by 6 canvases, we would end up with a 48-inch wide by 42-inch high piece, which was going to fit what we were looking for. And with 56 canvases, we were able to have a participant from every one of GEF's communities, and then in the larger communities, we could have more than one participant.
Thank you. What ultimately led you to choosing a mosaic style where there was the black outline? Either one.
I'll answer that, and then I'll see if Kelly has any more comments. So the black outline of the composition is integral to maintaining one whole overall image. And so the participants received instructions, they got a little paint kit, and the only restriction we really implemented was to not paint over the black lines, because when the canvases came back to us, we wanted to reassemble them and be able to still see the overall original composition. And that's how we were able to pull this off.
I love what you said about it being integral to the overall composition, because I think that's why I love this piece as a representation of GEF, that there's individuality in each community. Every building has its individuality and uniqueness, and yet GEF as a whole has an experience and a mission and a vision and an overall composition. So Kelly, that seems like it would be challenging to have 56 tiles and have to get one image represented across all of them. So how did you do that?
Well, I took a compilation of a whole bunch of picture ideas and just ideas in general about our whole community, and thought of a theme in somewhat of a way, knowing that we didn't want to actually represent that actual article, rather than the whole composition being about the whole community. And what we would do would be to include a few things that make us feel at home and happy to look at. So we came up with an idea that, or I came up with an idea that kind of encompassed everything, all aspects of nature and the human and our community. And
So
then
who
I
wants to see
sketched
Okay, enough about the journey and the stories now. No, just kidding. I think it's time that we ask Lisa and Kelly to unveil our mosaic.
And we just want to say, as the As the canvases were coming back, we were delighted and thrilled and relieved at the same time, because releasing those canvases, we gave up control, and we needed to have the whole composition come back together, and it's been a huge success. And everyone embraced the lines and incorporated them within their own composition. So you'll see what we're talking about right away here.
I can take that.
Ready?
I know it's a little challenging to see it from all angles of this room, but please know that there will be an opportunity at the end for you guys to each come up and take an experience looking at it, taking a picture. But it really is amazing, right? I know. And everybody needs a minute. I love that I can hear people sharing a little bit like, oh, is that one yours? Is that one yours? I think you can spend a lot of time staring at this piece and not see it in its completeness yet. I was going to ask you, it's okay, you kind of covered it. You guys are good. No, you can leave it here. Leave it here. Soon. So I do have a few more things that I want to add regarding our piece. If everybody could just take back a seat. Trust me, there will be an opportunity for you to see it at the end. But I just wanted to ask, I know that Lisa shared a little bit about what it felt like to have those finished pieces come back and see them completed. Kelly, did you want to share anything at all about how that felt?
Yes, this was very rewarding. It was a very rewarding project. I will do this again. To see everyone's ideas put into all of this art made it really special. Yeah, and just for everyone to have the same idea, and then for our 65 to show up in there was a pretty special moment too, because we didn't want to gear it to just 65, or we may have had a whole bunch of 65s all over. So it turned out beautiful. I'm pretty pumped about this one. Yeah.
Thank you
Turned
guys for
out.
joining me.
Thanks, Shelby.
I can just hear Kelly walking off saying she's getting emotional. And I see a couple people actually emotional as well, because art is a very vulnerable thing. And so I want to express my deepest appreciation on behalf of GEF for you sharing a little bit of yourselves with us in this legacy project and being a part of it. So thank you so much. Truly, I think you all deserve a round of applause for being a part of this. Thank you. So when observing it, now you can see the final composition. Did anybody have a guess that it would be flowers or that it would be sunflowers?
Oh, I thought I did not.
It's hard to know, right? It is really hard to know what that overall image will be when you just get one small piece of it, right? But now you can see that your story on your canvas represents an even larger story. At the start of our anniversary year, we surveyed a number of GEF residents and tenants, and we asked them what did they find joy in about being a senior. And some of the themes that came back from that feedback were themes around optimism, resilience, the embodiment of life, warmth, and longevity. And so when we came up with this project, we thought, what better way to represent those themes than a sunflower? Because a sunflower represents vibrancy, which we believe that our GEF communities are. It has bright yellow flowers, which represent joy, and it faces the light. It turns towards the light, and it can withstand quite a lot of adversity. And so I think that really represented the themes that came back from your guys' feedback. As we put the final pieces together, I believe that it represents GEF as a whole in many ways. It shows the vibrancy, as I said, it shows individuality, and it also shows the diversity that we have in our communities and in GEF across the city. And that diversity is shown through the colors you choose, the images you chose, and also the language as well. There were some words that people added to their pieces, and I just wanted to share a couple of those because I thought they were really beautiful. Some of the words shared were in different languages. Some in English said compassion, fun, and good together. I really liked that one. And then in another language, when translated to English, reads that you should strive to strengthen your inner essence. Do not let your standards be shaped by fear of people or by fear of creation. And in my opinion, I just thought that was a beautiful representation, not knowing that we were doing sunflowers, but just that representation of longevity and strength is a known theme for sunflowers. So now, there is still one thing missing from our piece, and that's a name. All works of art have a beautiful name. There's the Mona Lisa, Starry Night. And so we need to pick a name for ours today. So we want to include you in that process because you are the artists of this. So we're going to have a voting system today. The 65th Anniversary Committee has chosen 2 names to vote on. The first name is Vibrant Community, and the second name is Joy Blooming. And so we're going to give you a chance at the end of this program. We're going to have the Mosaic sitting out here where you'll have a great opportunity to come take a look at it. And there will also be a couple of our committee members here to help you with that voting process. You'll see there will be 2 posters on the windows here. It'll be one sunflower and another sunflower. And you're going to get a little brown sticker to represent a little sunflower seed. And you can place it on that poster representing which title you prefer. And for those of you who are not here but tuning in online, you are also welcome to vote through the comments section online just by entering in the comments one of the 2 titles, either Vibrant Community or Joy Blooming. Joy Blooming. So as mentioned earlier in the program, or maybe through some of the words before we got started, we did want to have an open mic time because I talked about how important the meaningfulness of our process and our stories are to understanding this overall piece. So as I asked Lisa and Kelly to share their stories, I would like to turn this time over to you. And so we've tried to make it easily accessible to come up here and share a little bit about your piece. We would love to hear from you. Maybe you could share why you volunteered for the project, or how you decided on what colors to use or what images you wanted to pick or paint. Or maybe a little bit about how you think that your piece represents what it means being a senior. So I do have a mic up here, and it sounds like our mics are now working. So if you would like to join me, I'll offer you another mic, and you're allowed to share a few words about your piece that's up here, and you can feel free to point it out. Hi, Brenda.
Hi. So this is my piece. This one here. And the reason I came up with that concept is because I have a bad habit of smoking, and I go out in the back, and we have a bunch of squirrels, a bunch of magpies, bunnies, everything like that outside in the back, and it's really nice to sit around the picnic table, get to know everybody. And so that's why this is the picnic table. This is our little critters that come for a visit. And these are the people that I communicate with. So compassion was what I was trying to come across. So. And I love doing portraits, pastels, animals, painting. I've been an artist since I was about 13, so anything related to art I love to do. I'm also into fitness, so I love dance. And yeah, I should have been an artist growing up. But anyways, that's...
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brenda. I know it's really hard to see her piece from the back. She does have squirrels on there. She has people dancing. Everything she talked about is in that little 6x6 square.
Okay, this is my art. Lots of painting, like blue, yellow, green, yellow, pink, and purple, then blue, and then yellow. I love to do that. I like doing A/B time. Have to start over again. I like that job to do.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Judy. Her piece is very symmetrical in her color scheme.
This is my piece right here. This is my piece right here. I chose an elderly couple having tea because that's a good time to reflect on one's past and to contemplate one's future. And that represents GEF to me. They had a wonderful past and they're going to have a wonderful future. I'm sure they will.
Thank you. And what was your name?
Brent.
Brent?
My name is Brent.
Thank you, Brent. I appreciate the well wishes for the next 65 years. It is, yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Beth Ann O'Neill, and I'm going to turn the tables a little bit here. I'm going to describe mine and see if maybe one or two people, except the one person who knows what it is, to see if they can pick it out. I will tell you it's on the upper side of the mosaic. The line through the piece sort of made it a little bit of a challenge, which I'm sure a few of you might have noticed. But for me, I was I decided to do something like a stained glass window to represent different portions of my life. And then on the top, overseeing all of this was the love and sort of thing of, I resisted the urge to put a cross in there, but it was sort of, from my perspective anyway, it was the guiding light in our lives that was overseeing all the different times, and the different colors were different in the stained glass window, were different colors and growth periods and anxious periods and periods of loss, that sort of thing. So I did a lot of stuff like that. I had that in my mind, and then when I saw it here and where it's positioned, believe it or not, it is, I don't know how many of you know on southwestern Ontario very well, but Essex County is in the shape that the bottom part fits. So it could also be the landscape for the farmers and the waters of Lake Erie around it. So, anybody have a guess?
She thinks it's the one that looks like stained glass.
Yeah, it's this one here. So all of this is the different roads and different twists and turns in my life. And this is the heavenly portion that I added. And I made mine for Bethany Place, house, whatever it is. And my name, when people see it written down, often call me Bethany. So I thought I was entitled to do it like Bethany. So, yeah, that's, and I just want to say to the other artists too, if I can just take a moment, this is great. I had no idea what to expect. I had no clue what the picture
Neither did
was. So, and I wanted to keep it that way because I didn't want to have any distractions. But in any case, I think it's beautiful, and I'm very new at GEF, but I have a friend that lives at Sakaw, and so I'm well aware of this organization and how well it's run. So thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you. You can come over here.
Thank you. This is mine here. It says Kannada. And these are all the provinces. When I first had the concept of making a picture, I thought it turned the other way, and I was going to do water lilies for resilience. But then I saw in the back it had to go this way up, so I had to rethink it. And this is an umiak, and this is a schooner, not a schooner, but a very early boat coming to Newfoundland. And the concept was that we are a nation of people coming from everywhere, historically and currently. And my family have come from everywhere to North America in 1562, first time. So the idea that we all can be a community together is wonderful.
Thank you so much for sharing. Hello.
Hi, my name is Anya, and this is my piece here.
I love that one.
And I started this on 24th, some outlines and colors, and on 25th I got the worst message in my life: my son passed away. So I after this message, after a few hours, I started doing those colors. I don't know why. Blue and yellow just smooth. And I finish and it calms me down. So that's my story, quite sad. Thank you.
Thank you, Anya. Thank you for sharing that, Anya.
Yeah. My name is Julie Ann Wong, and I did one. I took the first month of July to figure out what I wanted to do, and I'm drawing this, drawing that. I'd never painted with acrylics, and very few times painted with watercolor. I also started painting on a different canvas first because I wasn't sure what the acrylic would do on top of this color or that color. So this one is mine.
Very cool.
And I started August 1 and I finished probably one day before having to hand it in. Actually, I took it back and I whited out some stuff because I thought I had to put my initials in it. But anyway, this portion here, coming up and down, this is like, what's it called? Herringbone. And it's the GEF building. And this here is the, come on.
I feel like I'm being quizzed.
Sorry. The chimney, right. And this looked like clouds. So there's people in here. There's people in here. And I accidentally did it upside down. So I had to like make the heads that were on the bottom look like they're on the top. There's 65 people in this one.
Wow.
That was really hard to get
That's
that
very
in there.
cool.
And there's 65 in this one. These are the designs that are on. I saw someone wearing one. The ribbon. Yeah, the 65
The
ribbon.
65th are our Seniors Week
Yeah.
awareness ribbons are
So
blue
these
with
are the
white polka
stars.
dots.
There's a whole bunch of happy faces because we're all happy to be here. But the most fun was doing the outside, which you can't see because they said we could paint the corners.
Yeah.
And there's 41 or 42 stars all around the outside to represent the residents, right?
41
the resident
buildings.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
This
But
is very well thought out.
Well, that's why it took a month to plan. It doesn't look anything like what I planned.
I think it's remarkable.
Hello, my name is Philip Koning. I've been doing painting for about 5 or 6 years, acrylic on canvas. My mom encouraged me to start painting at the beginning of the pandemic, so I've been painting since then. I like painting the mountains, Jasper, Banff, Yoho, Kootenay National Parks, as well as Kananaskis. I paint almost every day, part of my day. I have a nice room at Kiwanis on the 6th floor. I have a little niche or nook there that I can put my table up with my canvases and my Amsterdam acrylic paints. And the painting here was, this one was mine here. It's the rugged face of Mount Robson. And I did have it upside down, so I had to put the sun from the bottom of the canvas to the top. So I'm hoping to continue for a long time still. And it's just part of Kiwanis that we have lots of time to have a good future and have fun painting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Philip.
Hi, nice. Thank you, give it my opportunity to painting. So my painting here. Yeah, so I had my thinking is three kind. One is natural, one is GF place, one is we people, senior people. So this one is 65 years. GF 65 years life is naturally got together in the sky, in the sunny. So, and this one is we are 65 years. That tree is big tree. So I making is big tree, but this heart we senior people give to. Thank you for is GF. We give to his heart. That is love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. I see that there's one more. Come on up. Come on up.
Hi, my name is Susan. When I signed up for this, I thought I was signing up for a learn how to paint class. And then when I got the canvas dropped off on my doorstep, I phoned my daughter and I said, I don't know what to do. But this is mine here. I love the beautiful trees all outside our building. And I thought, they've got all these big roots, and I thought, yeah, I'm staying here for the rest of my life. Like, this is my roots. And I wanted a bunch of bright, cheerful colors to represent, all the people in our building. They're all so friendly and so positive and happy, and that's all.
What's your building?
Lauderdale Terrace.
Lauderdale.
Thank you so much for sharing. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is my painting.
The very number one.
Yeah, well, it's both of us, Marvel and Violet, and we never paint all our life, so we use our common sense, In a day, both of us use our common sense. So it's a garden at Britannia Garden, and I'm living there for 13 years. And one set of people already died out, so I decided to make the garden. So it's a garden with flowers, all little flowers.
And how soothing.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and then we're going to wrap up our open mic. Thank you so much for everybody being willing to share.
Hi, I'm Deborah. I have to apologize. I did not paint for for us. I was in the middle of the Jasper fire when I was starting to work on mine. And of course, who doesn't love Jasper, Alberta? And I spent so much time there. My daughter used to live there. I have friends still live there. And that was all that was on my mind. So at the last few days, it was like, I have to paint this. And so this one here is mine. And I knew I made these flowers into trees, and if you can see, they're all on fire. And I just did a little Jasper strong here. We're going to come back Jasper. And I just couldn't get that out of my mind. So that's what I had to paint.
Thank you. No worries. Here you go.
This is my piece right here. It's a bunch of clouds because when I was younger, I was in the hospital a lot, and I was actually put under anesthetic so that I wouldn't wake up. And I used to see a lot of clouds, lots of fog. So that's when I was given this to paint. I thought, what am I going to put on this thing? I just don't know. Then I thought, well, maybe I'll just put on what I saw when I was asleep. So I saw clouds, and that's my cloud picture right here. My name is Jean, by the way. Sorry.
I just want to thank everyone who was willing to come up and share a little bit about your story or your process. Hearing the meaningfulness behind what you chose to put on, how it's a little piece of you, a little piece of GEF, and how you feel living in our communities. It's really meaningful. And I know that some of you didn't get a chance to share maybe or aren't comfortable sharing up here, but there will be a time after our program where you are able to visit with each other, take a closer look, and also maybe have that chance to share that story with others. So what now? Where will this live? I understand that, I believe Lisa mentioned in her sharing that it is going to live at Central Services GEF. And let me tell you, it is going to sit on the front wall. It's the first thing that people will see when they enter those doors. And this makes me personally very happy because of what I've said about how it represents GEF as a whole, that it has a representation of all of our 41 communities, that it shows the diversity and vibrancy and individuality of all of our residents and tenants. And I think that comes through in this piece. But, however, even though it will live there, we will get prints done after our event today, and those prints will be hung at all of our 41 communities. So you will be able to see it. But truly, the piece itself would not exist without you, the artists. And so to show our gratitude for your contribution and for the time and meaningfulness that you put into this, we're also going to be giving you small prints each that will be sent later. So there are a few other thank yous aside from our artists that are here today that I wanted to express our gratitude towards. I want to thank the Strathcona team and staff for hosting us today, for assisting with the setup. So thank you to them for today hosting us. I also wanted to thank Bing. You may not have tasted his food yet and his team who's assisting him, but following our program, you will get a chance to enjoy his food. So thank you for preparing that today. I also want to thank Stephen, who is assisting with our live stream today, making it possible that not just you here, but everybody who wanted to tune in and couldn't make it is able to participate as well. And lastly, I would like to thank our 65th anniversary committee. This team has contributed to a lot of the celebrations going on this year. We've had a chance to celebrate with residents, tenants, staff, community partners across this year. And this truly marks the closing of our celebrations this year that you got to be a part of. So thank you to the committee for planning this event and the project. But I will single out and say a thank you to Lisa and Kelly for their hours and dedication on this project and making it come to fruition. So thank you to you too. This does bring us to a close of our formal program today. I really want to appreciate you for joining us, celebrating our 65th anniversary with us, and also for being here to see the unveiling. Please know that there will be the refreshments. You're welcome to stay and take a look. This piece, the mosaic, will be wheeled out and in the lobby area here where it's a little more open. And that's also where the voting will take place as well for the name of our masterpiece. So please take a moment to do that as well before you leave today. Thank you so much for joining us.
That's exactly what I wanted it to look like instead. All right, Judy, she's getting a picture. Are you sure? Well, no. Let her get her picture and then I'll take one